The banded Romanian deadlift is a great way to quickly change tension based on how you want to perform the movement without having to add extra weight to a barbell or change the weight of dumbbell you're using, for example. And so for that reason, it can be a really good way to warm up your hamstrings and glutes and lower back without having to constantly change weights and that sort of thing. So you'll see here there's a few different ways how I'm increasing or decreasing tension. So the first way to adjust the tension is by just how far apart your feet are. If they're wider, you're going to have more tension. If they're narrower, they're going to be less tension on the band. You can also wrap the band up or double it over a few times like this. And then obviously the more tension you put onto the band, the harder it's going to be. And the other way that we increase band tension is by doubling the band over and then standing into this doubled over band. And effectively that just means you're going to have more tension at the bottom and then more tension throughout the movement. And it's going to become harder as you stand up. So like I say, you can go from very quickly doing no loaded Romanian deadlifts to lightly loaded Romanian deadlifts to quite heavily loaded Romanian deadlifts with just a few changes in how you hold the band. When we do this, we want to follow the same rules that we would follow if it was any other version of a Romanian deadlift. I'm trying to evenly distribute the load between the heel, the inside and the outside of my feet. So as I hinge forward with my shoulders, my bum will go back a little bit to counterbalance that situation. You'll notice that my knees stay basically above my ankles the entire time, and most of the movement comes from the hips. The rule of the Romanian deadlift that we follow is somewhere between 90 and 95% hip movement and then 5 to 10% knee movement. The spine also wants to stay neutral throughout the entire movement. So as you hinge over here, you want to make sure that that stays straight. And as you stand up, you want to make sure that you tuck your pelvis under, and this is in a neutral spine position here as well. You can follow the same rules by holding it further up or further down the band and having a increased or decreased gap between your feet. However, the rules of how you perform the movement should not change based on the amount of tension that you have on the band.